Already, look at that. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of them. And right here. All right. So welcome everyone to our sacred, special Sunday service, spiritual service. Thank you so much for being here on this particular Sunday. Michael and I are so excited to share this particular SSSS with a very special guest, Giselle, who will be sharing her message from Divine with us today. And there's a lot to be shared today. So we have this on YouTube, and we also have it live stream for the first time. So hello everyone on live stream. We're very grateful for you to be here with us due to all the requests that have been asked. So, and also on Instagram through Michael Teaches. Thank you so much.
And thank you guys for taking this Sunday, for being here, for allowing the opportunity to just honor yourself, honor this day, honor your heart. We're grateful that you can make this really beautiful day a part of our lives as we get to share this with each and every one of you. So thank you for being here. Honey and I are very excited. We're very happy to share this precious moment with each.
Yeah, we really embrace that. Please welcome.
Welcome.
You're good. It's all perfect divine. We felt called to open our home to share this on a monthly experience and just a gathering where it is sacred, it is just held by the presence of divine guidance and the divine love and the divine flame, and also to really stand up to the presence of divine love. And when divine love holds us, all those doors open up to everything that we ever need. So for us is, let's open this space up, let us sit in that vibration, and you go out wherever in your daily experience and extend that outward. So we're very grateful for you to be here, being here with us today, because we can't do it without you. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In gratitude to the beautiful essence that's behind these physical garments that you're in, and our beautiful sacred gifts. Thank you. So, are we good? Thank you. So, Michael, if you want, you can also do it wherever you like. So, you have your tea, relax back. I'm not going to bite. You know. It's this Sunday, every Sunday is very special because it's the presence of the grandfather sun that helps us come to our inner sun. And it's the understanding of the sun, the illumination within, that gives us the ability to just nourish. Sunday is, by many indigenous cultures, is always recognized as that day when you are embraced fully by the presence of sun. Just to recharge, recalibrate, rebalance, recenter, you know, and you are charged because you come from that golden flame, that central sun, that galactic sun, the sun of the universe, the sun of source. Because of that illumination of light that you are radiating from already, nothing you have to develop, nothing you have to create, you already are. But in the human experience, in these borrowed garments, sometimes our fields are filled with debris, and debris of separation or impurity from the light source illumination. So we can't fully access it, right? And this particular Sunday is very special, and I felt it couldn't have been more perfect to have Giselle with us because from her being a channel of source at a very young age, well, she'll have the opportunity to share her gifts with us today. This particular Sunday, as many of us have been bouncing around the cosmic wash machine, right, being tossed around in the vibration that has been circulating, right, allowing all these impurities to come up, the densities to be seen and revealed, right? Has it been rough on the road the last month? Or even us? I was in tears this morning. I had a little bit of a, Giselle moment this morning with Michael. I was like, you just have to hear me out. Because there's a lot in these. But this particular one, because you happen to be in the gateway of the Lion's Gate, the golden ray of the Lion's Gate, and the alignments are so incredible between the three eclipses. We just came from the full moon, the red full moon, and the longest lunar eclipse of the year ever, 2018, August, we are. And this one, we're about to enter the 8-8 gateway. I talked about it on Todd Medina on the live stream we did a couple of days ago about what is really happening on a planetary wide, on a planetary scale on Earth, and what does it really mean in this human term? Okay, so some of us can work with the codes of light coming in and the alignment and all of that, be very, intricate in that language, in that mechanics of what's taking place. But so what? How are we walking today on Mother Earth and with each other? And why today is important, and it's building up to the 8-8, because this 8-8 gateway, the Lion's Gateway, the way it connects on Wednesday, our beautiful grandfather's sun aligns with the sun of the planet Sirius. And that sun connects with the galactic sun. Then that sun connects with the central sun, the source sun. This streamline that is pouring in, the reason why we're having a little bit of a shizzle fit, right? All these things are coming up to be reviewed. Suddenly, all these densities in front of us, and we feel like, oh, what's happening? I feel like dirty. I just want to wash this off of me. Because the impurities, as this alignment is like wheels and wheels and wheels and wheels coming together. This alignment is the revelation within your own ascension, your sacred flame, your sacred fire. So the illumination is purity flame. We turn on a candle, we light it up, but this flame is your own divine flame in you, washing you, cleansing you, purifying you from all that is not you. So only the you is stepping forward, you see? So all from all lifetimes and this lifetime alone, voila, there you go. So you have the choice to embrace it, dance with it, joyfully welcome it as a present. Not because life is against you, but because universal consciousness and collaborative components is with you as one. One source energy, oneness. And what you're experiencing is the separation of the oneness. That's all it is. So today, I was feeling certain things. We've been going through a lot with Michael's father's transition and the memorial service, which is beautiful, and just a whole lot. And also feeling certain weights on me. And also remembering how we can always hand this to divine, to our angelic team, to the masters that are here with us, to the higher dimensional beings, right? To source. So it can transmute it, transcend it, transform it, so we don't have to carry it all by ourselves. So we welcome today because we're coming in this place of alignment. We've talked about, gosh, all these particular moments in our human evolution, but the ascension is our own inner revelation, the revelation of the I am presence within. So with that, I'd like to welcome us to take us in a little bit of a prayer, in that space, a little bit of that sound, the sound within, right? So we can start this. It's nice to feed the mental body, right? It's fun, it's beautiful to feel the spirit and the etheric aspects of it, and start having the intellectual, the mental plane, like, wow, receive it. We gotta start feeling it in the body, right? We gotta feel it first in the emotional body, right? So things can start to move in the vessel, so you can bring it into your physical garment, because it has to be brought in. And that's the sacred divine feminine. The rise of the divine feminine within each of us, whether we're in a male garment or female garment, it doesn't matter. It's awakening in that, because Mother Earth has open hormones, so we can be held by that divine grace, so that we can live, walk, talk, and be, and our actions coming from the sacred divine feminine with the purity love, the purity. And we all have each other to get through it. Isn't that amazing? I don't know if any of us have figured this out fully. Have you figured it out? Because somewhat. But are we 100% living it? Beginning there. Because these degrees are going. There are some that are coming in plugged ready, like her, like just plugged in. Some of us have to clear some room in our vessels and monads and aspects, start bringing all of them back, because they've been sort of fragmented in many different planes. And all the emotional traumas and dramas are stored somewhere. So we're starting to bring that back so we can come to our wholeness and our oneness. That's why things are coming up. You didn't deal with this energy motion before. The emotion has rise. Let's watch it. Let's embrace it. Let's receive the gift from universal forces. And now, let us do breath. Release it. Mary Magdalene on the planet is very, very strong right now. And she's taught us. The other day, I woke up with giggling. I was in a dream, within a dream with her. And I giggled so much last week that I woke myself up from all the giggle. And she was sharing, like we were laughing over this, because it's the reaction, or the response, or the resistance when we encounter. And she was saying, it's the release, the breath. That's it. And we were giggling like crazy. And then I was wired for 12 hours. Michael Nursery drove us wired from the presence of her graciousness. But it's the breath. So, tease down, my dear. Tease are down. Okay, let us come to our heart, because I want to take us to a little bit of a space. Seven pieces. Hands on your hearts, my dear. I want you to both of them. They're right in the center. Right in. They've said the heart is here, physical heart. That baby is right here. Don't listen to medical community. Your heart is first the spirit heart. That's right here. That's why your heart chakra is placed here. Just FYI. You're in Perth. You gotta bring heaven on earth, right? You ain't doing it from here. You're not doing it from here. It's gotta come in. It's right here, because it's the vertical and horizontal axis at the center, right here. There goes that. And then your vessel becomes the garment of the divine grace and divine presence of service. So put it here. Embrace it. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have us go into a sound real quick. Sound vibration. I just want you to breathe. Breathe in. And breathe out. So close your eyes. Breathe in the color blue into your vessel. And breathe out pink. Breathe out blue. Breathe out of your mouth, pink. dear Almighty Grace, dear Divine Director, dear primary source of lights within, I embrace this moment, this incredible presence. Through the power of my heart and the gateway to your Almighty presence in me, in unison and connection to all, I welcome you deeply through each pulse, each breath consciously I'm taking, giving thanks to the neurotransmitters in this garment, to the molecules and the atoms and the cells that are wishing to dance through the cosmic rays with your presence and your intelligence. Let my particles be in unison with your grace. Let them feel the joy of your glory in me. Let me feel my 50 trillion cells that are here to remind me of my I am presence, of my light, of the I am light, and the I am love, and the I am joy, and I am peace. I am harmony. I am faith. I am trust. I am whole. I am healthy. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am intelligent. I am love. I am held. I am supported. I am cosmic. I am ascension. I am abundant. I am prosperous. I am wealthy. I am destiny. I am source light vibrating, pulsing, dancing. I am the joy of the divine spark, perfected in the illumination of the light that sees through me. As I breathe in, I let go, and I anchor my heart into Mother Earth's core, thanking the beloved angels, my guardians, the ascended masters, the Elohim, the higher councils of light, the rays of light, the koans of the light, the galactic federation of light, the intergalactic councils, my star brothers and sisters, the divine mother of all creation and divine father, as I embrace all that which I am in my garment, and I generously release in my breath my connection to Mother Earth, through her oceans, through her sea and the river and streams, the volcanoes, the waterfalls, the beaches and the deserts, the flowers and the trees, the birds and the bees. I feel my love with my great mother in her unity consciousness grid. I welcome the dodecahedron and the icosahedron that Mother Earth has merged into. I feel my feminine Christ in me, my Magdalene codes in me. I am here to radiate the crystal light in perfection as I breathe in with ease and I breathe out with my love in me. Let us bring the sound of gentle into this present moment when I'll begin it. it around you. Close your eyes and enjoy. That's the sacred divine feminine energy that will circulate around your presence to clear in your field. Here we go, one more time. The sacred flame, purify my field. Purify all impurities in me. Let me sit in the presence of my own Almighty, in its perfection of light and its stream, in this presence of this gateway, this galactic gateway. Let me feel the royal presence of my own essence so I can be of the greatest service through this gift of the Christed heart. That is me. Aho. I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am.
Beloved, I am.
Beloved, I am.
Beloved, I am.
And with that, we welcome our beautiful Giselle so she can share her graceful message with us. I'm her shamanti.
Yes, she is. Yes, I am. My shamanti honey lover. So, thank you all for being here today. I was really looking forward to this talk. Since yesterday, I've been meditating really deeply on what it is I wanted to bring forth, what gift I wanted to bring to this sacred gathering. And the energy that I was able to bring forth from that was healing. What is healing? What does healing look like for us as individuals and within a collective format? And after meditating for a while, and I was laying there, and I felt this beautiful energy, this portal open up from above me, and it came down through my consciousness. And with that, I was able to download the message that healing is the conscious, creative energy that is constantly shifting and is constantly flowing throughout our being. It's this energy, it's this fundamental energy that's within our cellular structure, it's within our chakra system, it's within our physical body, it's the communion in the heart between the higher and the earthly energies. When we're working with healing, when we're working with clients, because I know that there are a lot of healers in this room, and for those of you watching on the live stream, and when we're working with healers, we can provide all of this powerful, loving, incredibly sacred and pure energy. But in the end, the true healing, the true in-depth alchemy is left to the client. It's left to the person who's receiving, and it's left to the person who is willing and who is working towards that healing process. And one beautiful thing that I did want to bring forth with that was that when it comes to healing, healing is not a process of fixing ourselves. Healing is a process of readjusting and readapting a certain energy within us that is no longer in alignment with our ascension process. As we're constantly moving, as we're constantly flowing, and we're learning and we're moving through this life process, we're constantly readapting with our surroundings, and we're shifting our own frequency and elevating our own consciousness. And with that, we're constantly shedding these layers of our being. We're constantly shedding these layers and masks that we've been carrying for so long. And to me, that is the truly in-depth healing process. When it comes to physical ailments, or when it comes to emotional, mental, whatever kind of things you have going on that you might want to be healing at this moment, this is the kind of process where you start to connect with your inner being, the higher being that is the creator within you, the part of you that knows how to work with the fundamental aspect of your being, in which you're able to bring up the gifts that you have. We all have the sacred and the profound gift to develop an intimacy with ourselves, to the point where we're able to learn how to harness all the gifts that we have as individuals and become our own healers. And there are a lot of different forms of alchemy within this process. There's within consciousness, which is personally my favorite. It's the one I work with the most. There's the sexual energy. There's the physical energy, the heart-centered energy. So there's all these different components that we were given since the moment of creation, and we need to learn to be able to come back to our inner technology, to that technology that we were given as individuals in order to create that shift and create that transformation. Does that make sense so far? Okay. Healing is the conscious, creative ascension of our inner universe.
Say that again, sister. Say it. Say it like you know how to do your format. You don't resist it.
Healing is the conscious, creative ascension of our inner universe.
You know, like it's the depth in what you're sharing is.
Yeah, so let's all just take a deep breath with that. Healing is the conscious, creative ascension of our internal universe. So what does that mean? What is ascension? To me, ascension it's such a complex and such an interwoven topic inside of our being that this isn't just about this one large epiphany that happens to us where suddenly we're in the highest of the high and that's it. That's what we've been working for all eternity. That's not the ascension that I'm referring to in this moment. As individuals, as our being, we have so many levels, we have so many dimensions, frequencies, universes, etc., all within us. And in those multiple levels, in those different aspects that we have inside of us, each one of them, whenever something is out of alignment, whenever something is no longer in harmony with our being, that is when we create this alchemy that has kind of like a mini ascension process going on within our being to help for there to be this rising in consciousness, this elevation in frequency so that it can realign with the rest of us. Something really powerful that I had been kind of connecting with because I had my own history of very severe health problems, and something that I was able to learn from that is you never truly get rid of something. This isn't about removing, this isn't about destroying, this is about going within and raising the frequency, readapting it so that it's realigned with your purpose and so that it's realigned in the moment you're in at this moment, which is why presence is so incredibly powerful. Because the presence that we have here on earth, allowing ourselves to be grounded on this earth, allows for our higher being to stay in resonance with the purpose we came here with. Which is why I think it's so powerful what HoniB was speaking about, coming back into the heart, because that is the true union of the earth energies and the universal consciousness energies, because only through the alchemy of the heart and the activation of our light system are we then capable of creating that shift. Let's all take another deep breath. I want to keep the energy moving. So, with that, one other part that I wanted to go into is higher will. So I had a person once come to me and they were telling me about what if an illness is inevitable? What if there's just this issue that we were incarnated with and this is just the way it's meant to be? And to me, I was able to download something in the moment, but personally I have had a really hard time sharing that with people because I feel like it can be a little difficult to process. But in those cases, that's when you're able to connect with the creator within you, the one that is literally creating your existence, that aspect of yourself. And with that, you're able to align with the why. why did you come this way? What is the purpose behind the reason you're that way? And in some cases, this can bring about a really powerful healing process. In other cases, what it can bring is a really profound sense of peace and alignment with who you are, being comfortable in your own skin no matter what it is you have within you. And personally, that's what kept me going for 8 years maybe. When I was going through really severe health problems, that was just, I felt it all the time. But I was able to keep going and I was able to keep growing because I connected with that creator. I connected with that higher being that had the power and that had that goddess, God energy going on, so that I could ground into my body and say that this is who I am. And regardless of what anybody else thinks this may be a good or bad state, I personally know why I came this way, and that gives me a greater sense of peace. Take another deep breath. So, I've been speaking about so far how we're our own inner creator, and I know that there are a lot of healers, either in this room or out in the live stream that are listening, that do healing work either through coaching or through energy work such as Reiki or healing touch or any other method that's just guided. And I want to say that that is perfectly beautiful, and you're supporting everybody in their process of healing. And everything that I've been speaking about so far, this is a seed that you can plant inside of people's consciousness so that they can let go of the dependency of feeling, get out of the belief system that they feel they need something else when it comes to healing. Now I say something and not someone because we can't deny the support we have in collective. We can't deny the support we have of others. But this is a deep healing that we have at a level where it's not each other as an individual, it's each other as a one, where we're able to harness each other's gifts in order to proceed with the healing process. So just reflect for a moment. Have you ever done really deep healing work for yourself? Have you ever connected with that inner creator that's constantly reshaping your reality? Do you feel capable of connecting with that inner creator? I've had a few people come into my process and I feel like they have a great deal of dependency when it comes to their healing. And to me, I've always felt like the greatest gift I could give them is to hold space, but also to begin planting that seed that I was talking about giving them, bringing back their own power for their own healing. We've let go of that power. We've let go of that assertion that we are completely capable and that we have all the tools we need for our own personal growth. Does that make sense? Okay. So up to this point, I wanted to see if there were any questions so far. Awesome. That always makes me feel really good. So,
live stream if there's any questions. Not yet. They're all watching.
Okay, so going back a little bit into what I was talking about, the alchemy that can go on consciousness. To me, the consciousness alchemy is my favorite kind because when you go into consciousness, it's like this fully expansive, adaptive energy that's capable of working with just about anything in order to create. And to me, it was a really interesting process to get to know that part of myself that knew all of this. Because in my process, I did healing work more so, with my mom. And it was healing work on the table. And for this past year, maybe year and a half, I haven't been working on the table whatsoever. We don't do healing or Reiki, it's really just guided work. But I haven't been interacting with that part of myself because there was just something really deep inside of me that was having a conflict with that form of healing. And it's not that there was anything wrong with it, but personally I was able to realize that in my purpose, in my journey, what I came here to do, I'm here to bring forth consciousness. Because something that I have really strong in me, a really strong passion and drive, is that I'm here to bring the power back to everyone else. So that they can take charge of their lives once again, and they can take charge of their healing process. So, I'm not sure how long it's been. I always get a little lost with time.
You have a couple minutes. Is there a meditation you'd like to take us through? Do you have a short prayer or meditation before Michael takes over?
We could do meditation.
Or a decree? Whatever. You have just like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, I do feel like we could go through meditation
Okay.
process. So, everyone take a moment to just close your eyes. in whatever position you're comfortable. And just for a moment, let go of everything that keeps you conformed into a position, into a belief system. And then just breathe into that. Take a deep breath into that feeling. Now I want you to start going into the heart. Take a moment to explore the different aspects, the capability and the fire there is within your heart. Who are you? What are you capable of? What kind of transformation do you want to see in yourself? Just take a moment to reflect on that, truly from the most authentic and judgmentless space. In the space where we let go of morals and we simply feel. Let the body communicate to you their feeling. With that, start sensing the energy of healing, the magnetism there is, the self-sustaining life flow that goes through your spine and that goes through your entire body. Really drop down and feel your power. Feel the I am. Feel the I am source. Take another deep breath with that. Let it sink in. Now begin to feel how that energy starts to expand beyond the borders of your body. Feel how it just spreads through this network of collective. These points of light that are every individual within the universe, the cosmos, source consciousness, and the frequency there is with your impact. Just recognize this energy. Approach it from just this innocent and this open space. Feel that love. Feel the energy that's coming towards you with the absolute love, just saying, just screaming, I love you. And you are fully capable of transformation and healing within your sacred heart and within your sacred creation from the most fundamental space within you. Let's take another deep breath with that. Let it sink into your body. Allowing for this to be an energy that you can come back to at any point. An energy that you recognize and that you recognize to be you, to be the I am. You within yourself, you within collective, and you within source. With that, start feeling your body once again. Come back into this room. into this space, bringing this same energy back into your body. When you're ready, you open your eyes. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you so much. Thank you.
We can learn a lot more about Giselle and her teachings through Alpha Awareness Institute. We'll share more on that and the grace that we share this energy together with her mother, giving the power back to the people. So we're grateful for that. And now, Michael. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Giselle. We're very honored to have your presence here and to bring forth all of this to us. It's a blessing. We're honored, and we're just so grateful that beautiful star seeds are erupting, coming forth in youth and the blessings that come forth. So thank you so much. As I thank Honey for your beautiful, beautiful introduction and really the importance and the grace of what we're moving through right now. And I want to really bring forth because I feel it's very serendipitous how everything moves together. And what I want to express today goes right with the flow, with the healing. Goes right directly into what we're moving through in the 8 weeks. So before we begin, I'm just curious, because we have all these beautiful faces. How many people have just been a little tossed around these past couple weeks? The reason I say that is because when I woke up this morning in meditation, the feeling that I wanted to bring forth and discuss today was transformation. Transformation in what is happening right now. Personally, as Honey knows, it's been 6 months, if not longer, of transformation that I've been moving through in this pilgrimage of moving with my father. It has been day after day, as I would like to describe it, a small little splinter being pulled out where I could feel and embrace every emotion, every feeling, every element of that personal healing that has come forward for me to not only recognize, but to go through to my higher ascension. I wanted to bring this forward in the talk today because I'm just very excited what's happening right now. I know there's a lot of power and there's a lot of energy moving through the universe. And as it's going through, I know a lot of us are getting kicked around. A lot of us are getting hit. A lot of us are erupting. And I just want to speak from my heart to embrace it. To allow it to come forward. To feel each emotion of it. I know many of us, when we feel discomfort, we feel pain, there is that normal sense of just putting it aside, bearing it. Many of us, spiritual beings, we can use this fancy term called spiritual bypass, where we just skip over and jump to our next growth and peak, which I know I've been working with. And then coming back to my human face, like I'm human, I'm here to embrace this because this is all coming up, as Honey so gracefully expressed. It is coming up to be cleared. And if we remember, that too shall pass. So I'm grateful what Giselle brought up in our personal healing because it has been a passion and deep level to go within myself so I could experience and share that empowerment that we're receiving from that healing within. And I know that many times when we get through these moments of pain and hurt and suffering and moments with my father where I couldn't go any further. In this transformation, I knew there was one place that I could go to. And that was within the heart. That was within love. That was with feeling that divine grace within. And just reminding all of us that that energy is there within us to tap into. Because many times we have this external way of looking outwardly. If it's books, if it's YouTubes, if it's speakers, whatever it may be, many of us are looking outwardly to find our answers when all of it is already within us. And so I find it such a blessing that we, all of us, we are on the edge of ascension right now. We each have our roles, and we're each connected together. And we all have our team around us to support us. Tangible and intangible. All the beings around us are here to help us. Even myself learning on the other side of spirit, I'm already getting assistance from my Father on the other side, expressing elements of what we're here. And I'd like to share a small story. Just a couple of days ago, I was sitting in meditation. Here he came down in front of me, smiling. But he didn't want to say anything. All he wanted to do was just connect right here into the third eye.
Just let him know he just transitioned on Saturday, so we had the memorial yesterday. So just FYI.
So FYI, he transitioned a week ago on Saturday, had the memorial service yesterday.
Yeah.
So let's say 4 days after he transitioned, which I've been connecting with his soul for the past month, because I know consciously he was about 10% in his body. So I could feel his presence coming. I would talk to Honey, I was like, oh, God. It really excited me because I knew he was the one that we shared very deep talks of wisdom. So that day he came down and he came right in front of me. And as he was in front of me, he just smiled and closed his eyes. And immediately I felt this white light from his mind's eye, from his chakra, right in between here, our third chakra. And so, as he was bringing forth this light telepathically, I knew directly that it was coming to be expressed into the mind, not the human mind, but the mind of the divine, God's mind. The eye of the heart. The mind that's deep within us, that we have that deep knowing that's already planted within, but to just come directly from here, which is in here. And in that experience, not only did I feel so ecstatic and elevated and just, it's that reminder that it's there within us. It's that reminder that that energy is here to practice, to place our intent, and to really create our full beingness. For it was just a couple weeks ago where I was just fortunate to work with my beloved in a healing session. And Master El Mariah came through discussing will. And he spoke about the will of God. And the reason I bring that up, because in this transformation, we have a choice. We have a choice that we can all come from. Now there's the human will, the little I will. But then there's the God will. There's the will within us that we're able to come from. I say this because we know it's within us. We feel it within us. But it's beyond that. It's in a depth where when we shift our mind's will, human mind, into God's will, then this transformation that's happening all around us allows this power to naturally happen. Because I know when these eclipses come around, these full moons, these 8/8s, we get tossed around. There's a lot of things that are moving. Yet we can also step into our power, into God's will, and allow ourselves just to receive exactly where we are in that moment, to fully embrace what is happening. Like Honey, like myself, like Giselle, we're excited for all this. And as much as we may get tossed around here and there is that support that's already around us. And that's what I would remind you with this transformation that's happening. There is that support. We just have to remember it's already there. And I couldn't be more grateful for how you expressed healing, because you summed it up so beautifully. You said so elegantly in that healing within us. That is our ascension. That is our evolution. And we're here supported. We're here loved. Because that is the gift that we're here. So I just invite you guys to remember that it's here, within us. We're supported. And as many transformations are happening all around us, that power is right here. And we're here to remind each other as one soul family, to connect and share it together.
And would you like to do the invocation? Read the invocation?
I would love to do
Yeah.
an invocation. Thank you for reminding
Thank
me.
you.
An invocation that I dedicate to my father, that he read many times before every gathering he started. So thank you. The great invocation.
So close your eyes and this side, just feel it.
From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love forth into the hearts of men, and may Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light let light, love, and power restore the plan on earth.
Steven? So, as we're coming slowly to the conclusion of this, we have a little bit more to go through. Each of you have a little piece of paper there, and you have also a mystery ascension card, Diane Cooper's ascension card there. So connect with it before you read into it. So what I'd like to ask you is, first the paper, you look at the card afterwards. That paper, I'd like to invite each of you to take this moment, and as we invoke the presence of the sacred flame, the sacred fire, the sacred flame is very important in our lives. There's a Trinity flame that is in here that it's like it's incredible because it's through Mother Earth and through the cosmos that is within us and also outside of us. And it really vibrates through the tutorial field of our consciousness and within the all consciousness. In all intelligence of life, it naturally takes place. It just happens that we are in the human form. We just have to bring our consciousness presence into it so it evokes it, so that the mechanics of it or the technology of it functions. And this sacred flame is a transmuting flame. I'm focused on the flame in this week because of what we're going into in 8-8. And I want you to know there's this flame in you. And all you have to do is that with your I am, the I am is your invocation key of igniting the fuel and the fire in you. That fire, the reason why when you're around presence of light, you feel sometimes crappy afterwards. You're like, oh my God, I was in this amazing place. It was fine. What happened to me afterwards? That illumination in a group circle, creator's love,
it's easier to circulate amongst us. We each hold it like this, right? But when it's individual, it's like, it's too much, I can't handle it, right? It's too much illumination because we have not yet become crystalline fully so that we can radiate through the perfection of illumination. So the transmuting flame transmutes, transfigures, transcends the impurities inside of us. That's what it, and we all have impurities. That's what we've incarnated on earth, whether you're volunteer soul or you are here to clear your karma, or you're just serving dharma, or you're just like, all right, I'm gonna take another garment, just go have this experience. Doesn't matter, we're all here. And at the end of it, every single soul mission is one. Radiant love. And that's why this thing can't handle it, because it wants a complicated job. It doesn't know what this radiant love is. It's too simple. Divine is breath. Simple. And this thing goes crazy because it needs 1 million things in front of it, so it knows it has a purpose. Transmuting flame. So we're gonna go ahead and have you write through your I am presence. I am light. I am source light. And you begin this, and I'm gonna start this, and you begin, and I want you to just for about 30 seconds to a minute, don't think at all, just start writing, okay? So this is what it's gonna be. So just feel into this for a second. Dear sacred fire, and sometimes I go a little bit crazy because I just start feeling it, and it starts like moving through me. I start feeling the flame, I can't help myself, because it reminds me when I was back in spirit side. It's so good. Anyway, it gives me the fly. It really does, it elevates. Transmuted flame. So I want you to just feel into it and then start writing. So tune into this. Don't breathe and breathe out. Come on now. Yeah, breathe out. Come on, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, relax into it. Okay. Sacred fire from the heart of God. Sacred fire from the heart of God. Shine thy light through me each day. Shine thy light through me each day. Transmute and heal my human imperfection into God's diamond heart and Christ's perfection. Transmute and heal my human imperfection into God's diamond heart and Christ's perfection. So begin with sacred fire. I am transmuting, and start. And just start writing. What are you transmuting? I am transmuting. Begin with your I am and just start writing. Anything that's impure, less than your divine truth, less than the divine grace in you. Write it. I am transmuting. The despair, negative thoughts, the limitation I placed in myself. The BS, belief system, I have bought into. The collective agreement that has told me it should be this way, it should be this way. I am transmuting. I am transfiguring. I am transcending all that's been borrowed. The sorrows are borrowed. The thoughts I've tapped into that were mine. All programs, negative beliefs, chips, and impurities in my field, in my vessel, in all my bodies, all my monads. I release them now into the sacred fire, transmuting flame of fire, the God within me, the divine light in me, the sacred flame in me that's burning and sending it back into the light where it belongs. So I am free to be in my divinity and shine my light freely. Breathe into it. Breathe. When you write, breathe. Relax into it. And Facebook followers, you can also do that at home. Live stream. Give yourself permission to release. Release is always with breath. If you're holding yourself, you're writing, you're not releasing. You're all holding it up. I can feel it tight. I'm releasing. I am releasing. You might need a little sound here. Sound. Breathing and breathing. Releasing and releasing. The breath, you're bringing it in, right? And outward. It's the release. So if you are writing, releasing with each one, breathe it in. And I breathe it out. Yeah, and find the liberation and the freedom. The masculine and the feminine within. In the wholeness of divineness that I am. I am. Okay, so let's wrap that up and fill it up even more. You can, there's no limit to that. And with that, please take it in gratitude. When you go home, put it on your garment. Take it. Just wash it. Let it pick up every part that's in your field. Get it all around your body and meet a sacred flame, a sacred fire, a candle, or make a fire. And bow to its presence. Bow, what you're bound to is that which is already in you. And let it purify and clear to leave. Transcend back into light. When you give it to the light, you're releasing it. And the universal, divine, great plan always transmutes it back into love. There's a recycling process that's so perfect behind, just beyond our human comprehension. Whatever you give, I am kind of not this, oh, release it to Mother Earth, poor Mother Earth. Boy, oh, great God, how much you've done to her. Please don't do that. Everybody's like, release it to Mother Earth. Oh my God, it's too much. Release it to the cosmos. They handle it more. Okay? When you hand this over, you're clearing space in you so that the divine in you is able to interact with you. But when your field is filled with all of these things, because they're things, because you haven't learned how to deprogram those thoughts. A thought came, oh, I really wanted to go to this, let's say, oh my God, this event, Krishna Das, I didn't get to go to it. I really wanted to go. I didn't have the money, whatever. That program is sitting there. It's a thought, you give attention to it, it's sitting in your field. And then it comes, you didn't go, it's still sitting there. You haven't learned how to press delete. We haven't learned how to use our we have to teach about technology, our system. Don't you feel like we need to remind people how to use that? Delete, go on a deleting spree in your field. Delete all of these things you put in there, you haven't gotten to it. You know? Okay, I'll delete it. So, like, for example, this morning there were all these herbs sitting in my field. I was like, oh, I'm deleting that one. Like little bubbles, like, you know, bubbles you blow. Okay, that one, like, how I say, popping out, so they're not sitting in my field. My field's so busy, you know? And then it's like, then you feel not like so joyful because it's just filled. Often when I see individuals, they feel it's like they have 1,000 sticky, what do you call it, sticky notes in their, it's like, oh! Their consciousness has, I mean, there's so much in the mental plane attached in their field. It's like, whoa, like, of course they're not vibrating. Okay? So do more of that. And release it so you have room. These next couple of days, as more comes up, do it even more. So Wednesday comes, 8 o'clock, 8:08, 8 p.m., 8:11, 11:11, 11 a.m., p.m. Yeah, they're just massive the whole day. It's incredible. And then it wraps up to the 8:12 closes the gateway. This closes. The Stargate, the peak of it is on Wednesday. We'll be on the land somewhere serving. And what's so important about this, it's like this thing happening till Wednesday arrives, and each day you'll be meeting with different encounters. Breathe into them. As Michael said, embrace it all. So you don't deny any part of you, because every part of you, every single part of you from our lifetime is here to re-emerge back with you. And that's the big celebration. And you're bringing forth all of your gifts from every incarnation, whether you live in Mercury or Mars or Venus, you know, or one of them, or Earth, or Canadian lighter and whatever. So we come back again, we're bringing the whole party here. It's a party. We are here to celebrate this party, this dance, but if we're not allowing it, then it's not going to happen. So release more, breathe more, because you can. Because you are the bridge that is bringing the heaven year round that you come from, to meet you into here. So with that, let us stand up, let us hold our hands. So here we're going to have a really interesting handheld so the live stream can see. In our closing circle, that's good, yeah, okay. Let's see, Marsha, let's have you guys bring your hand a little bit down. So, okay, there you go. Okay, come on closer. You are from closer. Come closer. So, with that, I think call for our beautiful Michael to share a little song.
Any song or?
Any, whatever you feel like in this moment feels appropriate. Something you can join in.
Oh, I want to join in?
Enjoy.
Let's see. I don't know that many songs that they hold.
Okay.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin, then you begin to make it better. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. For well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool and making his world a little colder. Na 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 na.
So good. The spontaneity. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Breathing in. Deep gratitude to the universal cooperation as you guys continue to breathe in and breathe out. We give great thanks to these beautiful hands of the hearts that come together in these pockets of circle of light, the circle of love, so we can be in the presence of divine love in our breath, in ease and peace and flow. Yeah, the grace of divine, recognizing these beautiful essences is the truth that which we are. We're here to come together as one with our colors of the rays of light. The new, for those of you that may not be aware, as the shifts are taking place, all these things are transmuting and transcending, and all these things are collapsing before our eyes. You know, the governments, the religions, the institutions, the programming, one by one, because there is this beautiful new economy that's forming, and we are the forefront of the new ways for the new cities of light. And the exchanges, the currencies are shifting. This is why we have this. See, there's nothing to pay, right? Because everything is going to be available to everyone. The abundance is already our birthright for everyone. And we're starting it. And what it is soon will be the rays of light. So I'm a Blu-ray. I show up. Here's what I got to offer. What's your ray? And we'll be exchanging through our rays. That's what become that. Giselle probably knows about that already. So there's a lot more, and we're in the forefront of the new ways, opening up the way. The grace of God has always been for everyone. For everyone. Everyone has to bear. These are the abundance is for everyone, not just for certain people or certain places. So as we breathe in that glorious presence within us, in gratitude as our ascension attitude, that gives us the opportunity to tap into the infinite source of that which already is. And from the grace of that joy, as the Syrian High Council spoke through me in May, saying joy is the way. You gotta have joy with this, fun, so that more doors open up. So the doors of true infinite possibility that awaits for every single one of us, so we can share our goods together. That time has come. So with that, gratitude to these hands, gratitude to all the sweats that we are sweating from. Joyful odors, I love it. And so much gratefulness to Giselle and your truly royal presence from that grace that you come from. We're so grateful you incarnated in this plane, bringing your reflection. And may we hold that space for you to continue to just touch many, many, many lives. And Giselle is looking for her teen tribe members, the ones that have also been incarnated just like her, that know their truth very early on, so they can deliver their divine mission. So we've opened that space up, and we'll be having some more very, very highly evolved teens to gather, so and we're the elders to help support them so they can do their majestic work here on our planet. So with that, so grateful to all of us for showing up today in our way of Beloved Sunday, in celebration, in gratitude, in grace, in love. And maybe take what we have received here and share it today, tomorrow, the next day, next 30 days till we meet again. The key is this energy has to keep moving forward. You can't hold on to it. You can't hoard it, you'll explode. It has to move. So we have 55 ways. We have put things on our Facebook event page where you can give back from here. So read it, add yours, and keep giving. The door of abundance is through giving. And when you give, gift from the big eye. The big eye wants to give through you, and the little eye doesn't know that. Doesn't know jack, little eye. Big eye knows everything. So let us set up that. And next month, on September 2nd, we have our Bonita, beloved Bonita with as our guest speaker. So we'll be together, and then off Michael and I leave for our Europe tour. So we take all of this energy there and share it with our communities, and we're grateful to bring the messages through in the way they come, and the grace of the hands of support that have supported us being here. So this energy continues and is flourished. So all of you receive when you come. So with that, aho, namaste, in Lakesh, Bonura Esh, Shalom, Ashe. Ashe. I don't know, anybody else want to put anything in? I just know Jamanja and Bonjia. What else can we do? Ashe. Oh, there you go.
That means all of them.
Perfect.
And more.
That's right.
Also, Richard.
There you go. Anybody has any? Put it in there. We covered it? We covered it all. Okay. Thank you so much. Let us, and your essential cards. Go ahead and read what your essential cards are for yourself. So thank you as we close this with Facebook. Thank you, live stream Facebook family. We're very grateful that you got a chance to be with us today, and thank you for all the requests. We're very grateful to you, and until next time. Aho namaste. En Lakesh Bonura Esh. Okay. This ends and this ends. Oops. And this ends.